Hey guys, welcome back to Father and Son Investing. Today I'm going to talk about Senseonics. I want to talk about something that I have reasoned out in my mind after looking through the latest earnings report that occurred just a couple of days ago. Now, again, this will be very short, only about 5 minutes. I want to talk to you about what would happen if Senseonics could get just 1% of the continuous glucose monitor market in the United States. I'm going to narrow it down just to the United States because I'm dealing with some figures that are estimates and are always changing depending on the year and how many people have diabetes. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What would happen to the company's revenue in the United States if it could get just 1% of the market share? I hope you'll stay tuned. All right, first of all, we need to define the potential market for Senseonics. So this comes from data from the Centers for Disease Control. And what it says is that about 37 million people in the United States have diabetes. Of those 37 million, about 90 to 95% of them are going to have type 2 diabetes. If I do the math on the number of type 2 diabetics, then that would come out to about 32 million of type 2 diabetics in the United States. So we know that there's going to be about 1.7 million type 1 diabetics. So that's a potential market for Senseonics. Of those 32 million type 2 diabetics, how many of them are going to be using insulin? Now, I could run through a lot of math for you, but I'm just going to cheat and Google how many diabetics use a CGM. We're going to come down here to this answer where it says about 30% of type 1 diabetics in the US use a CGM and about 10 to 15% global type 2. So I'm just going to assume that that 10 to 15% also applies to the United States. Now, again, I could run through a bunch of math for you, but I'm going to cheat again and just click on an article in KHN that was from March of last year, so just a little bit over about a year old. It says here nearly 2 million people with diabetes wear the monitors today. So we're going to start with 2 million as our potential market for the SENS newly approved 188 device in the United States. Now 2 million is a really easy number to be able to times by 1%, so 2 million times 0.01 is going to come out to be 20,000 patients. Now, let's just talk about what kind of an increase that would be within the United States. So this comes from the fourth quarter and 2021 results that just happened on March 1st. We'll see that during the question and answer period, Tim Goodnow, the CEO, did remark that 2,500 patients in Europe were on the device and about 600 in the United States. That is their starting point. So let's just take 20,000 and divide that by 600. And what we get is that roughly they can have a 30 times increase in the business that they do if they can just manage to get 1% of market share within the United States. Now, to me, 1% is not very much, but you can see the reason I'm doing this is I want you to see just exactly how small this company is right now, where it is in its infancy. This is just a small company. However, it can grow rapidly with just minuscule amounts of market share. Now, why do I share this with you? Because I want you to see just how much this company can grow. Now, I think that they're going to experience significant growth. And in fact, their guidance talked about that growth occurring more in the second half of the year as the ramp up for this new SENS device, the 188 device, gets out. That's going to be starting actually at the beginning of April. So just keep this in mind. I am holding my shares. I'm going to buy more as the price dips down because this company really is in its infancy in terms of its development and its growth. 30 times the business if it can just get 1% of market share in the United States. That's it. That's all I have for you today. It's great weather here where I live in Tennessee. I'm going to get out on my bicycle to help. I'm going to have some more information coming out for you in the next few days. Other things that I've gleaned from the fourth quarter earnings report that I want to make sure that you are aware of. Also, I would encourage you to go and visit Dr. Dean Investing. He did a great video just comparing the 3 different continuous glucose monitors on the market in the United States. So go ahead and watch that. That information is vastly different than what I'm sharing with you here, and I'm not really going to cover that. Share this information with a young person in your life. Make investing a family affair. And as always, enjoy your investing.